long does that commute take you, Eric?
It's about an hour and a half. So the train leaves Fullerton at about 1:20 or so, and no, actually 2:20, and I get up to Pasadena and to the school by about 2:40 or so. So
Mm.
it's not bad. I can't complain, and it's cheaper than driving the car, petrol being what it is. So
In California, yes.
yeah. If you hear
Hey,
munching sounds, it's me eating my dinner. So
We were going to jump into the coalition headquarters for a minute. If you want to join us.
oh, okay, cool. All right, gentlemen. Tell me what the plan is.
I have a bunch of different ideas that are probably worth mentioning real quick.
Sure.
Mitch, were you happy with that overall concept of the guard
Oh, yeah.
corps moving to attack?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And that was
That's
what I
a
was going to
medium
ask
term.
you.
Go ahead.
But my chit hasn't been pulled for either of my 2 units yet, I don't believe. So I can start executing some of that now-ish, if you'd like.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
And so you're thinking about the one that's marked with the 5th. Should I come around the back side of the Great Redoubt?
Which chit is that? 5?
Yeah.
So you've got chit 6, which should move above the Great Redoubt to the Ognik Stream Valley here, right?
Oh, okay. So I should limber up and move forward?
Well, okay, 6 is your guards infantry division.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it includes the guards artillery.
Okay.
The guards artillery does not need to limber, it can prolong.
Okay. Okay.
And in fact, if you prolong west, this unit can prolong here.
Yes.
This unit can prolong downward.
So make a
And what
triangle.
that it will make a 1, 2, 3 triangle. And those 3 artillery batteries are going to have a beautiful shot downward into the woods.
Okay.
Just put your
Okay.
leader there who's got the ability. So Yermanov needs to be stacked in somewhere in proximity, right? Yeah.
He needs to be here,
Yeah. So you
but
can
he'll
coordinate.
get there naturally. He'll get there naturally. Yep.
But you're not talking about moving one of my units into the Great Redoubt, right?
No, you're not going to need to. You're just going to keep those batteries prolonging off to the west.
Okay. All right.
But the
And so-
infantry and the
Yes.
horse batteries, these guys, they want to end up behind, like your 6-core grand battery can also keep prolonging forward because they're going to have a beautiful shot down at the cavalry in the valley.
Okay.
But so the guards corps, you got the horse artillery. They want to move back up to here, right? And then the
Okay.
guards infantry, you have the grenadier group. It's not included this time, but you have the Jaeger group and the 2nd Brigade infantry. They can head behind the grand battery
Now,
and then down into here.
now is my leader here? Does he project 6 or 3?
He's a corps leader,
projects
so
6.
he can go out 6.
Yeah.
So
So
you
all
actually
these
have the
guys
whole
are-
corps.
I should have the whole corps in command.
Except the 1st Brigade, which has got to head,
Okay. Okay.
but they'll head, they got to go catch up.
Okay. Okay.
Also, your corps leader he basically just can stay there because everybody's going to move around him and they got to catch up past him a while, right? And they're all, the whole corps is heading down this little valley. By the time they get into this valley, there will be no French left in the village of Borodino. They'll be gone long before you get there.
Okay. Okay. When
And
that
then
gets pulled, you'll have to. I'll take a little assistance moving some of those around and keeping track of people. I'm not as familiar with those. Yeah.
Exactly. Your second chit has some cool moves. There's all kind when you pull two, there's all kinds of really moves going on around Borodino Village.
Right.
We'll talk about that when the time comes. But the artillery battery, this big one's just going to prolong, southwest, right?
Just keep on doing what it's been doing. Yeah.
Exactly. And then the guards are going to prolong outward, and before too long, they're going to overlap and switch.
Oh, okay. Okay. They'll do a little crisscross. I got you.
Exactly. When the time comes. And then also when you pull the chit 5 for your guards cuirassiers, we can talk about what they do, which is going to be to go up around the top of the Great Redoubt.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense to me. That's kind of what I was thinking as a general matter.
Yep. And then when you pull your chits, Mitch, we can look at them in detail later.
Okay.
Eric, I had a couple of interesting ideas for you if they're interesting. Okay. If you look at Kutaisov's Grand Battery.
Yep.
If it prolongs southeast one, all 3 hexes of it, you're going to have a wicked sweet shot down onto the cavalry there.
Yes.
You're going to be able to hit the easternmost cavalry regiment at like 4 to 1 with a lot of pluses. You're just going to need to slide the units defending in the valley. They can just get out of the way because you got to give the artillery a clear shot.
Yeah, no, and that corps leader is activated, so that division will be able to move. So those units will be able to scoot over.
That's a beautiful thing. Also, I think probably if that corps leader is active, then your Lowenstern Grand Battery also can prolong.
Yes, I was going to move them northwest 1 hex.
Beautiful. Yeah. Like on top of the Grenadiers or onto the road or something. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. If you go if you move the upper one onto the road, I mean, your target then is your target from there is the westernmost of the 3 cavalry.
Yep.
Because you want the northern, like the fire crosses. So the northern guys hit the eastern one, and your eastern guys hit their western one. They go across the fire lines across.
Yeah.
There's a couple of minor small things to look at, and then there's one medium large thing on the eastern flank with the 3rd Corps.
Sure.
The minor things are your purple hussars. No rush for them, but when the time comes, they are going to want to face more west and maybe in a single hex, because if they're going to be escorting the southern boundary of your Grand Battery, they need a better angle to countercharge.
Right. So I don't, I mean, you guys were kind of running things with that, but did you guys recall rolling for Vasilov?
We did not roll. We didn't roll.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and roll for him now.
Yeah, you can roll for him. Yep.
All right. Hey, what do you know? He got a command. So
that's beautiful.
Okay. We'll grab one and trump it in.
And then his Cossacks and his Hussars, they might want to be a hex or 2 west, and they're actually going to have probably better angles for defense if they come down here and point northwest rather than being where they are and pointing south, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking to have them over there to cover the old Smolensk road, and I was trying to see if I could have them do a little bit of both, because I've got the Lancers that are part of him over here, right? Then I've got this Hussar unit, and then I've got this attached Cossack. So
Yep.
you're suggesting that I, instead of having Duca's heavy cavalry cover that battery, have this light cavalry cover it?
If you're going to do it with Dukas, you should put one of the regiments at least to the south of the battery, as
Okay.
well as to the north.
Okay.
And that's probably fine. That's actually probably a better idea than using a light cap for that.
Okay.
As long as you're willing to put half of Dukas north, half of Dukas south, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I figured I'd need to do something like that. And because I think I'm going to need, he's got so much cavalry, I'm not sure that I'm going to have enough cavalry to deal with him over here on the eastern approaches.
So that's what the larger concept was. First, a couple more little things.
Sure.
Isn't that a lot like, you know, I want to compare that to what 1941, you know, getting your panzers out of contact with your infantry, such that if he's willing to just ride those cavalry all the way up on us, that's a real opportunity for us. And then those won't be they won't be available to him at the end of the game when he'll really be wanting them.
Yep. We can encourage them to do that.
Yeah, even if we take losses, I mean, the fact that we can tie him up and damage him and so forth, it should pay off at the end.
So here's some super tiny tactical stuff. You have two squares across the front of the road there.
Yep.
You've used grenadier battalions for those squares. You may actually prefer to swap them to musketeer battalions, because those grenadier battalions do really, really well in line. They're actually the fire brigade for your division. So you actually don't want them out in the squares in front.
Okay.
Because you actually want them held a little bit back, so that once the enemy commits, then you can go put line firepower on them with the grenadiers. It's a lot higher than the regular.
Okay, cool. No worries. I can swap those guys out.
So that was the small tactical thing. And now the medium to large level strategic concept is, we have a little bit of an unusual situation here where the French have made a really, really heavy commitment to the right flank.
Yes.
And in particular, they have two reserve cavalry corps that have penetrated into Ujice, which is a lot of cavalry.
Yep.
So an interesting thing then is, like, you've got your artillery batteries out towards forward towards the swamps, which is usually a really great position for them.
Right.
But there's so much heavy cavalry in particular that no matter how hard you try and no matter how tight that first choke point is, you sooner or later they're just likely to break through and go stomp your guns. It's just likely.
Right.
So it seemed to me that because they've committed two full cavalry corps over there, if you want, you could look at position B. You're in position A right now for the Russian left.
Right.
Position B is a little farther back, and it uses the beautiful brush to protect the artillery from cavalry target.
Yeah.
And what that would look like would be, you've got your 12-pounder heavy guns here.
Yep.
You could conceivably move them over to these two hexes here.
Okay.
And you have an extra position battery, a small one, this guy. If he's commandable, you could have him join your small 12-pounder. You'd get two 12-pound units here.
Right.
And then, because they're range of 12, they can actually reach on a diagonal all the way over to the kurgan here.
Right.
So they totally sweep this white zone.
Right.
With ricochet the entire way. And it's like, if you're gonna do that move, you may want to start it this turn or next, because the cavalry's still a few turns away, but it'll be here soon. And if you get the 12-pounders back here, then, like, instead of fighting it very hard at the first choke point, you're kind of gonna you're gonna fight at the first choke point, but with your artillery working at long range, not medium range. And
Okay.
then you're inviting them into the kill box. The kill box is deep in the white here. And at that point, all the artillery will be cross-firing at medium range, and you'll wipe them out. Make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'm not going to be able to do anything this turn since they don't have a maneuver unit. So we'll just have to get them lined up for that. Now that I have their corps commander active, I can send him over there, and then I can just give that corps an order next turn and shuffle all that stuff around, provided I can limber up my guns.
Right. Also, you probably can limber now in the regroup phase,
Oh, okay.
because you can, if you're within command range of your division commander, you can change formation.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And guns can limber even if they're out of range in the regroup phase. And then, so another thing is, if you're swapping the 12-pounders into that position that I showed, the position B for the horse batteries is actually here.
Mm,
And that's a really cool position because it, you can also put them here, but like basically they're like these horse batteries, if they go off to the wing there, they have a pretty good crossfire across the throat there.
right.
And they have a very good crossfire back inward. And then if they get pressured, they can drop back along the road.
Right.
And then these batteries, which are the medium foot batteries, so you got the 12-pounders here, but you put the light foot here or here.
Right.
And it's protected by the hedge against the cavalry, and it has a direct shot forward.
Cool.
Then instead of bringing in more cavalry here, in effect, you're protecting artillery. You could take some of these artillery batteries that are back here from Mecklenburg.
Right.
You could actually commit them into this brush zone here, and you'd have 3 batteries across there with a hex between them, and then you got the crossfire battery out here. So you're gonna have like 4 batteries all bearing, and then you're inviting them to come in.
Nice. Okay. Sounds
And
like a deal.
what happens then is you can fight pretty hard at the far choke point, and you can fight pretty hard at the first swamp choke point. With infantry alone, you're not going to need any cavalry because your guns are already safe.
Right.
So you're going to fight really hard with the infantry in some squares, some lines, some columns, and you're basically trying to hang the French up so that your guns can chew on them.
Okay.
And then if they make those big cavalry charges, they're going to penetrate, they're going to chew up the infantry, but all they're going to do is mill around in the middle of the white zone. You'll be crossfiring on them from everywhere.
Okay.
And then your cav, then it's the cav's protection point is this back choke point back here, where like that's your no cross zone for the French cavalry. You don't let them through there ever.
Right.
But you kind of let them mill around in the white zone. You fight them hard out there, but you just let them mill around because it's more trouble for them than for you.
Okay. Good.
So that's the concept.
Yeah. No, and then I can put the infantry and whatnot out here, like we talked about, defending or tying him up as he tries to come through the woods and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a deal.
The other thing, when the leader phase comes along or whatever, you can kedge all those groups. You may be able to get the guns into position over 2, 3, 4 turns just by kedge.
Okay. Yeah, I will have to reassign them to a different leader.
Yep.
Ah.
So that was the concept.
Anytime you want.
Start of the turn.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's only during the command phase that you can assign army assets, core assets, reassign them to somebody. So you can't do it in the middle of a turn or, so that's okay. We'll get it sorted out.
We'll take a shot at limbering, and you can get the division commander moving to where they can pull the kedge. You can do that this turn no matter what.
Oh, okay. Then we can give that a shot.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Anything else exciting?
That's the main stuff. I mean, there should be really exciting results over the next turn or two in the far west around Borodino. Like we're going to stomp all over that division.
All right. Good, good, good. Are we ready to start back to the
Yep.
game? Okay. I'll see you up in the lobby.
There they are.
We have returned. All right. Well,
We were just discussing that as Eugene, I'm the stepson of Napoleon. I was just asking him as dad to give me the guard, but he won't listen to me.
you would need to ask nicely.
It's like asking for keys to the car, right?
Exactly. Same concept, same idea. So I'm sure he'll be happy to send the guard your way. He's not using it right now. All right. So when last we left, we pulled a few chits, but we've got some more to go. So
Yeah,
are we ready to pull some more chits?
I think so.
Cool. I will grab one from the cup and see what we have. It is French chit number 4.
West of Borodino, near
Okay.
the F21X.
And the next one is the reinforcements. So I know the polls are, you've got somebody coming on the map, I presume, this turn, the 820 turn.
Yeah.
So I will watch as Mike moves his exciting division, the 16th division.
Okay, and I got Omano over here, so he's this guy right here, and he's got the 12th here that's in his command.
Is that one for Amano, or was that for, 4th was for Chastel, I thought?
Oh, you're right. No, that's for Chastel. So that's for this stack here. I'm sorry.
Are you there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Do you want to go into a separate game room? Go down to game room 1 and you can bring your guys on?
Sure. Hey, Napoleon, do I want to bring these on as regiments? Or I mean, it's kind of 6-1, 6 of one, half dozen of another at this point.
If
but
you bring it on as a regiment, then you don't have to play with the stacking with it. You just
okay.
put your road thing, the appropriate number of road columns. Right now, you got lots of 5s, so you'd end up with a little longer road columns, because each one of those would be two stacks, 2 hexes.
Right. So if this is 16 increments for that one, it would be stretched out over 4 hexes if it were in regimental. But if it's in this, it's going to be stretched out over 6 hexes. So that's going to be 2, that's going to be 2, that's going to be 2.
All right.
Yeah,
Regiments
the
is.
formal rule, I think, is you're supposed to break down the battalions, but I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, you have a long way to go, so whatever's easiest administratively.
Oh, so what is the rule?
In Regs 30, the formal rule is you're supposed to break all the way down for width.
Oh, to put them in road column?
Yeah, I totally wouldn't worry about it for game purposes, but I think that's the form.
I wasn't
Okay,
aware of that.
That's good to know if that's what the rule is.
Hey, Dave, can I talk to you in French HQ?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So Eric, game room 1.
Yep. I'll see you down in beautiful game room
Okay.
1.
Okay.
You finally get to start moving stuff around on the board. It's terribly exciting.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. All right. So, all right. So we talked about regiment. All right. These guys back.
Yeah, so Brennan was correct. In 12.8.2, it says a unit must be broken down into its smallest presentation in order to use road column, up to 4 increments of infantry. So you you wouldn't have them in regimental formation.
Yeah.
So we're allowing it just for the simplicity of it, but for your
Yeah.
reference, Brendan was correct.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see. Greater movement potential for infantry. So we bring the artillery in behind, and then movement is what? 1/2 for
It's 1
infantry?
half on the on that main road, and then
Yeah.
on a trail or anything else, it's going to be just 1. And if you're off road, if you're on the in the brush, it's 2 per hex.
Yeah. Let's see. And then same for artillery, yeah? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we will go. We'll put him. Now this is showing my real rust. What does this unit? Who are these guys? These are the sapeurs. Yes. What are the increment of the sapeurs that are there? What does that do to my ability to move through them? Well, it's 18 per.
So you can't have more than a single unit occupying a hex in road column. So you can't move over them. You probably didn't need to even move them at all. They're just a tiny little unit. I don't know that the sappers really have any purpose in this battle, since there's no like fortified villages or something like that.
Sure.
But let's see. I mean, they might move during this chit pull anyway, right? Since they were reinforcements last turn.
Yeah. As soon as the recall chit comes up, they're going to move.
Right. So let's see. So let me find reinforcements here and see if it has anything where it gives us. Because otherwise, yeah, I mean, you got stuff out of order, and that guy's now blocking the road until the other chit comes up, and that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. But let's take a look here real quick and see what the rule says. Reinforcements. Consider reinforcements the turn they enter the game. March column. Okay, administrative march. All units that enter the map as reinforcements may freely receive an administrative march. Okay, which is, I think, what you did with that cavalry and with those guys that are coming on now. So administrative march, that's 8.7. Administrative march allows you to move a specified location over multiple turns without expending additional command points or using the regroup procedure. During the move creation of the command segment, administrative march may be created. Reinforcements may be given an administrative march at no cost. The moment they enter the map, assets attached to the move must remain with the move for the duration of the administrative march. Units conducting administrative march move when the regroup chit is pulled. So, so that sapper unit is basically kind of preventing you from moving beyond it with the guys that you have coming on right now. He'll move during the regroup phase, and then next turn, all of your your guys that are coming on as reinforcements will move during the regroup phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. So that's how it looks like it works. Yeah. So the turn that you come on, you're coming on during the reinforcements, and then after that, then you would move during the regroup.
yeah. All right. All right. So, and then up there, and then it's 4 hexes.
Yeah. So he's got the 3 hexes that are behind him will be we'll kind of have extended out. So this guy needs to move just 1 hex back, right?
Wouldn't it be?
Because it's 4 per hex, and he's got 15.
Oh yeah, my eyes. That's 2 hexes in interval. Not that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So you'd have it like this for him, and then this other guy is going to be stretched like that.
Yeah.
Yep. And then those other guys will come on next turn when the regroup chit is drawn.
As they march to the terminus hex.
Exactly. Yeah. And you would have your division leader stacked with the first unit. That's part of the division. So usually
you always want that in the first. Okay.
Yeah, you always put him up front. So usually they're always marching with the first one, and then when they get there, sometimes you have the opportunity for your division to keep marching kind of through the leader's hex. So you probably want to look that up and see. It's been a while since I've done it, and when I was doing it, it was with 5th edition, so it might be subtly different.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. During the destination hex marks the location in which the leader of the moo must move. Once the leader has arrived at the destination, he stops and moves no further until the administrative march is complete or canceled. During the turn in which the leader reaches the destination hex, the units of the moo may expend any remaining movement points to adjust their position and formation. During the reorganization segment of the current turn, flip the moo marker over. During the regroup chit of the following turn, the units receive a final turn of movement to adjust their position and formation. So once you kind of get there, then you can come out of road and you can kind of form up into battle line kind of stuff. So you kind of get, in addition just the marching, then you get this where you're kind of shaking out from the march. So that's kind of nice.
That was what, 8 point what?
So that is 8.7.2.
Ah, very good. All right.
Yeah.
I got it right there. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. So
yeah,
make it easier.
So that's one of the nice things about it. So once those guys make it to Utitsa, then they can kind of move through a little bit and then shake out, and then you've got them ready for whatever it is that you want to do.
Sure. Okay. Awesome.
Cool.
I think we conclude this. So let's see if I can
go back up to the lobby.
Yes.
Okay.
See you in a second.
It's like, oh my God, thing's a giant. Sherman's crazy.
Hey, Rick, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I saw that you're back to playing basketball.
Well, I just
in some limited way.
Exactly.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
It's what we call progress.
Yeah. Doctor doesn't need to see me anymore. Just finished my physical therapy. And he's like, have fun. Okay.
Rick,
And we did find that rule. It's 12.82 on the road column.
Oh, the one about,
Right.
yeah, they have to break down.
Yep, to their smallest
Yeah.
presentation.
Rick, what was your injury?
I tore my calf in June in basketball.
Oh my,
So
that's
it's
a big muscle.
a boot for a while, and then been doing physical therapy, and pretty much back to normal now.
But it wasn't your Achilles tendon.
No, thank goodness. Otherwise, it'd have been a much longer recovery.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, normally the people that have to wear the boot and then they've got that little, they got to go around with their leg bent. So they have like a little scooter they have to bounce around in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move my cavalry now. So after long discussions.
Long discussions with
Yes.
Napoleon himself.
Napoleon. And, you know, Napoleon. Yes.
Well, we've
All right,
already
by
we
by
did
long
our
distance semaphore.
okay.
So I'm
This is
going to
the
move.
third light division. That's part of the third corps, third cav corps.
Yeah. So we're going to move the third light division. We're going to move these two across here like this.
That's in your charge zone.
Isn't it
It's
three?
not-
Well,
Two?
it's three. It's three on the reaction
There's
charge.
no opportunity charge there. So.
That's not in a charge zone. He's not charging.
No, I'm just moving. So it'd only be two, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
For
then I'll move
yeah.
these two over here. And then I'm going to move this artillery 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then unlimber for 10.
That's the battery that belongs to the third light division. I think the other two batteries are part of the dragoons. Is that right?
Yes, they can't move on.
Yeah, they're part of the heavy stuff. So we'll that over.
Where did that guy start, Robert?
Right here.
there.
Oh, okay.
He went
1,
1,
2,
2,
Oh, okay. He
3,
went along that way.
4,
I was
5,
like, how did he get over
6,
there?
7, 8. Yeah, he couldn't go any other way because
Yeah, because the other
cavalry.
cavalry are in the way.
Okay, and then chest. Let's see. These guys are the 10th. The 10th Brigade commander will go over here.
That's the division commander. You grab the division commander.
Oh, did I grab Chestel? He's just energetic. He just wants to be in the action. Okay.
Well,
and
probably all three of them can go there, whatever. So
then these guys here. Okay.
I'd
So that's
put Chestel over there.
put Chestel over there.
Yep.
Okay.
And are you happy with the horse battery having moved out of command there?
Yep.
Yes.
That's all we could do.
Very good. Yep.
Happy.
Define happy.
Define that. I'm good. I took my meds. I'm good.
There you go. All right. If you're done with that, the next one that got pulled was Russian Maneuver Unit 6.
Which is the
Which I think is who is that? Lavrov?
Yeah.
Yes,
Where
who
is
is the foreign minister of Russia currently.
okay.
All right. And then the
Wow,
next
he's
one
aged well.
is French Maneuver Unit 8. I don't know where 8 is. I don't
That's
know.
me. That's in the
Okay.
third corps.
Well, do you want to wait until Mitch is done moving, or is it a case where you're not going to have a overlap? I don't know. You're not
Hey,
anywhere
Mitch.
nearby.
Well,
Hey, Mitch. you want to put the first battery that moved, it actually wants to go here.
Oh, okay. This one?
But you got to leave the fire zone open, yeah, and you want it pointing southwest.
Okay.
Ditto for your Moloch wants to point southwest. It's not so critical.
Like that.
Yep.
And you said Yermolov as well that way?
Yeah,
The other
I
one?
think so. Yeah, yeah.
Can they prolong and turn?
Nope.
What you would do, like in this one, there's in a lot of the other editions, it says you can either change direction or move, but in this one, it just says you can move one. So nominally, you probably could rotate your facing and then advance ahead.
Okay, yeah, because I'm just used to like Premiere where you can prolong, but you can't change facing. You can do one or the other, but you can't do both. So
I
It's-
thought
I
that was
remember-
the same here. I thought Regs was the same as that.
My general sense of it is they've prevented you from going anything but clear terrain for prolonged, but I think you can actually rotate. You can look it up. I think it basically is one hex, so that's like one movement point. So you make the rotation and then you advance.
So here we have 18.3.1, prolonging artillery. Unlimbered artillery may be moved one hex when it is active only under specific circumstances. It's not necessary to limber it, move it, and then unlimber it again. If the player merely wishes to occupy an adjacent hex, guns may only be prolonged from one clear terrain hex to another. Guns cannot be prolonged across any type of slope, bridge, ford, or other hex-side impediment. Consult the exclusive rules, which may contain additional restrictions on when artillery may prolong. So, yeah, there does not seem to be a restriction on changing facing and prolonging.
It's like it gives them one movement point, basically.
Yeah, you can just move one hex. Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah, and it says here, a change of facing does not cost movement points unless it involves entering a new hex, as in the case of wheeling. And that's when you're doing something with a two hex unit, I guess. So, cool. All right. So, David, did you want to do your stuff separately, or do you want to watch Mitch?
Is that his that whole core there? Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
like
we're-
those.
All right. Brandon, we were talking about these two particular horse batteries here.
Yeah.
With these skirmishers here, I can't really get into that zone.
Back in here or here is good. There's no, those guys are really fast.
I don't think
right?
I don't think I can get in here, so I have to come back to the back. Okay.
Back up here is fine. They'll wander that direction eventually. No rush.
Is that acceptable that way?
The main thing is they're going to want to stay in command of their leader. By the way, those horse batteries belong to this leader here.
Okay, so he's gonna have to come up. So I've got the.
You should put that back because it's a different ship.
Oh, I see. Okay, done. Okay. So, so Lavrov commands these guns, but what else then? I guess I'm confused.
Okay, so he's moving on a division chit, not a corps chit this time. So he commands the Guards Infantry Division. That consists of the guns that you just moved. Now it has the 1st Brigade. The 1st Brigade is over here, and it's out of command. So the 1st Brigade, which is this and Preobrazhensky and Semyonovsky Regiment, they're going to have to head. But he is in range 2, 4, 6. He is in range of your second brigade, which is Lithuanians and Izmailovsky, these guys. So
Okay.
this brigade is going to move forward to, upward. And then the third brigade is the Jaeger brigade, and it can end up like in here somewhere. You could move the third brigade. The third brigade is your Jaegers, right? So they can be out ahead of the movement of most people, or you can move them. It doesn't usually matter. Another thing that's probably a good idea pretty soon is to shift them all into battalion forms, because you're going to want to start shaping up for mobility rather than just ease. You could take this turn to swap them to battalions, or you could do it after they move, kind of thing. And then next turn you'll checkerboard them.
Okay.
And you want their leader not stacked on a unit. It's weird, but it's true. Like you want the leader.
Fair enough. Okay. Is there anybody else part of that corps that I should move?
Second, so those two regiments, these guys here.
Okay.
Right. Well, and then these guns too. They're part of. Was it Rosen who moved, or?
They belong to the guy who's out of command.
Okay.
So
okay.
they won't. You want these Jaegers? They belong to Bistrom. Those Jaegers. Yeah, no, you're all set for now. You're done, Mitch.
Okay. All right.
And then you're just checking for command ranges. Like you could move Lavrov himself. He might be better off like back here, because you don't need him up front.
Okay. Works for me.
Yep. And you can bring his core marker and MU marker. So that's done.
Okay. Okay, that works for me.
Yep. Are the French 8s moving? Is that like May?
Yeah. So Ney is the 8th move for the French. So
Yeah.
that's David.
And it is.
Yeah.
So Ney is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Marchand is in command. Let's see. Razout is in command. I don't know who your other people are.
Half division.
Yeah.
It's and this cavalry here, Resolute.
Right.
This one, and there's the 11th is there somewhere.
It's like the 10th and 11th and 25th divisions, one of which is pretty small, and the cavalry.
Okay.
Okay, Resolute is the 11th. And Ledru is the
Ledru.
11th.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Do we want to pull another chip while they're moving?
Yeah, go ahead.
You can do that.
I'll pull a chip. The French 7th.
French 7.
Who's that?
I don't know who's got
that's
French
the-
7.
That's the 13th.
Robert's infantry division.
Okay. So, Dave, do you want to go down to game room 1 and we can not talk over people?
Okay.
Cool.
All right. I prolonged some artillery forward there, so
Okay. Cool.
let's see. So let's see. 1, 2. All right. Actually, let's see.
So you're moving, it looks like the 11th division.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who's with. Okay. So let's move him on to with that. And where? That. What's the movement in
2. And the forest is 3.
yeah. Okay, and that's next. All right, so he's in command this turn, right?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's within 3 of
Yeah, he. Because
Marchand, right?
moving.
That's just your little infantry.
All
Yeah.
right. So let's. What's movement. Two. All right. 1, 2, and that's 7. And goes into square. 4. Three, 4, 5, 6, and into square. And it's brushed. So they can go basically 1 hex.
Yep, artillery, it's 5 for the brush. All right, now you're moving what, the light cavalry?
Yeah.
Cool.
And let's see. Okay. All right.
Who's next?
So he's part of the 10th. He's part of the 10th. They're over there. Okay, now I think we're over to the 10th. Let's see. Him up to there. Let's keep back one from there. That's fine. There. All right. Now, where do I want this light cavalry to see? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. What's this? 70. One, so then you go 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is it the challenge trying to figure out where to put everybody, keep everybody in command?
All right, trying to say, okay, so this guy here is going into skirmish,
Okay.
the top one.
Yeah.
Oops, I think I just did all of them.
Yeah, I understand what you wanted to do.
All right. All right, top one goes into skirmish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Cool.
All right. So I got a skirmisher, a skirmisher there, and let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one, actually, I think I'm gonna do the one underneath. Okay, he's gonna go there. All right. What do I want to do with the cavalry?
That is your challenge. You've got too much stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
too much stuff and not enough room to fit it all.
That's, on the whole, that's a pretty good problem to have. So that's
It's not bad.
all right. So let's. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come out 2. So let's join up with that there. And this one into here. And let's see, commander here. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So that means Nay is going to need to move forward to at least there. All right. Anybody else with the 10th need to move here? The commander needs to move to at least there. 10. All right. So this is going to move there. And where do I want that other? Let's keep him back here for the moment. All right, everybody in command still? Let's see. The Leger. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Yep, okay. So everybody in the 10th, the cavalry's in command. Cavalry's in command of Ney. Artillery's still in command. 11th's in command. The other cavalry's in command. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Marchand is in command, and everybody of his is in command. Okay.
So the
I think that's
only
it.
issue you might have is that Ledru is stacked with this other unit, and so you can't trace command through another unit that's part of a different command. So I don't know if that means that he's out of command, or he needs to be here, or he needs to be here. But because
Well,
you've
he's
got
not tracing it through where he's at.
any part, right?
What's going to happen is he is at the Mamelukes will be moving. They have not had their
I don't see a moo on them. So I thought they've.
this move right there.
Oh.
They're part of Goyo.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So then you'll
They
be
will
okay.
be moving.
Yeah.
So
Then don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just thought I'd bring it to your
that was-
attention because I'm
thank
not
you.
sure with. Rick certainly had that problem where he had stuff tangled up when we played Mont Saint Jean, and so I thought I would just go, "Hey, you potentially have a problem there." So cool. Anything else? Or are
Yeah.
you all done?
I'm all done. So yeah.
All right. One thing I thought I would bring to your attention, since is that when you're shooting at my skirmishers, the ricochet goes down into the squares, but it doesn't go across the slope So I had looked at it.
Not according to the ricochet rules.
Yeah,
I mean,
I looked it up in the ricochet rules. So it's only you only have that for the purposes of the ricochet. It's only a severe slope that terminates that you'd shoot over it. There's a shadow. For normal slopes, uphill it's going to be stopped by the ricochet, but going down the slope, the ricochet will go into. So the ricochet will go into my units that are there in that little gulch, but they wouldn't go beyond that. So I just thought I'd let you know because that's in 18.9.3. And so, I'll mention it again, but Brennan had it incorrect when he said that there was a
okay,
like a shadow.
downhill. Yeah, there is a shadow, but okay, it's
But that's only
severe.
for severe slopes. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. No, I was thinking that it wouldn't, and I don't think you took any loss. There were
I didn't take any losses anyway, but I thought I would bring it to your
yeah,
attention because
I
I'm sure they'll be
I was
firing later in the turn, and that way you would know and we would know. But I'll inform everybody else about it. But I thought I'd mention it now, since we were in the neighborhood.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, that makes sense now. That because I was thinking that even with the other wouldn't ricochet over the gully, but
Yeah, and I was like, well, it shouldn't ricochet past the slopes, but then it should ricochet down into it, and so that's what they have. So, all right, I'll see you up in the lobby.
yeah. Let me one. Do I want to make one adjustment here? It should be good. Yeah, he can't. Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
See ya.
What is that? 20.
Not amazing. 24.
24. Yeah, they're not. They're not.
All
that big.
right.
All right, so it looks like we got Cossacks got
passed.
pulled.
Yeah, the Cossacks are running around.
They're being
All
a
right.
menace.
So then we move here.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're the attacker in this opportunity charge, and I have 21 because I'm 2 hexes,
And I
you're-
have 14.
well, that's exactly 1 to 1.5.
Yeah. Where's the chart? Oh, here it is. 1 to 1.5. All right. Here's the roll.
Oh,
64.
nice roll.
Look at that.
Good roll. Good roll.
DD2.
All right. So the Cossacks will, oops. They're gonna take a hit and disorder and retreat 2. Alrighty, so then guess you take the
Yeah.
hex. You can take either hex.
Oh, geez. Doesn't really. Either side. Okay, I have to take. Have to take the hex.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
and then
you're disordered.
I'm disordered. Oh,
Yep.
because I
You meleeed and advanced.
I meleeed and advanced.
Yep.
And I'm tired.
First, you get 5 movement points.
Oh, and I can now move 5. So could I get back? I can't get back across the river that way.
Does he roll for recall or?
No, it's not a pursuit situation. Cav versus Cav is not.
Oh, okay. So it's only if it were infantry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can move 5 on this.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could guess move. Well, I can't get across the river. That's too much. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can move here. No, but then
I don't think you can get down that
I
slope.
don't think you can
with
get
5
down
movement,
there from where you're at.
but you might be able to move into there.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, because the village probably costs something.
The little village.
Village for cavalry.
For cavalry.
2.
Yeah.
So I can't. I could only go that far.
Orchard is 2 as well, or is that that's farmland?
That's cultivated.
Cultivated.
So that's also 2.
2.
But he still has enough movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets him there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you'd be facing a hex side.
Disordered.
Because you're disordered.
You have an all-round facing since you're disordered.
Ooh, so I'll just keep twirling. Okay.
You're making me dizzy, Robert.
No, I don't. Okay. All right. All right. So Brendan, you can move more Cossacks.
Yep, let's figure out who's doing stuff next. You brought a whole bunch of cavalry over there, didn't you? And which of your cav is still doing this? Or Nano, who has this fairly, you've got a bunch of fast movers there, don't you?
So do you mark the cavalry tired now, both yours and his?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Or exhausted.
Tired.
He's only tired. Or
They're
French
both
is
only
both
tired because it was a
They had an
opportunity
LA.
charge, right?
Yep. Okay, let's look next.
All right. Shall we pull another one just to see if...
Sure.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah.
Go ahead, grab one, David.
Yep.
Although it's fun watching the...
Yep.
Yeah, if you pull
Stuff
my
down.
shit, I'm going to watch this anyway.
Cavalry action's all exciting.
All right.
Yeah.
It's my guys over on the far side. It's just a small little cavalry brigade. So I can move that in the whole of 2 seconds. So, all right. He's going to go into 1 hex. And we will turn him this way. And let's see. 1, 2, 3. What's the range for opportunity charges? Is it 4 for light cavalry?
Opportunities 2 hexes
Okay,
and reaction is
5.
reaction charge 5.
5 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 1. Trying to get everybody in some semblance of order here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. I'm done. Next chit.
You not? Yep. Okay.
Well, it's number 3. I don't know whose that is. If it's mine or Mitch's.
Brendan, are you done moving, or are you?
No, I have a bunch more Cossacks still to go.
Ah.
Okay.
All right. So it's me. All right. Dave, if you want to join me in game room 1, I'm moving this core here. I guess what is that? It's the 8th core.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Eighth Corps.
Eighth Corps, indeed. So let's see here. So we've got
Corps
this
consists of.
battery. So I'm over here, this side
Yep,
of the
I
universe.
see where you are.
Yep.
Which?
So it's
which
basically the
division?
whole Corps. So it's the 27th Division. It's the 2nd Grenadier Division. It's the 2nd Converged Grenadiers. And then it's all this artillery and all of that artillery. So basically enough stuff to have a little bit of fun with. So we'll go ahead, we'll just prolong our guns here like that.
You can't prolong that one.
Oh, you're right, because it's the thing.
It's
The thingy. What's my movement cost? There are 5. I don't think I could, even if I limbered him up and moved him, I don't think he can be there. Oh, you're right, so he can't. So don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm so used to being able to, it's mostly flat, we could go across it. All right, well, we won't do that then. What can we do instead? I'm sure we can do some other fun things. We'll move this guy here.
I mean, you could go in and you could go into those 3.
Yeah,
if you want, but
do I want to do that is the question. Yeah, I guess we could do that instead. There we go. That'll mostly work. Okay. All right, then anybody else for the 27th needs to get moved at the moment? Well, we'll leave the leader here. And this guy can come here. Okay. And everyone's mostly in command. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right, that will work for the moment. All right, over to the Converged Grenadiers over here. I'm going to move this guy out of the way here, and if they're in line, it's like every other one costs an extra one. Is that how it works?
Yep.
Okay, so if I moved him here, it's 1, and then that's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that, correct?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
The way I understand it.
So it's not unlike what we have for bar in that regard.
It's got some similarities,
Yeah.
But
okay, so we're going to move him out of the way. We'll just park him over here. These guns then are going to prolong. They can do that. And we'll have... There we go. That's there. And then this guy can move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy can then move down there. All right. I think we're okay in that regard. Ready for whatever fun comes our way. In theory. Okay, and then all we had left was the converged grenadiers, or actually, no, the main grenadiers back here. Well, actually, I'll keep working on the converged grenadiers. So these guys will go down 1, 2, 3, go into line, and then go there. This guy's going to do the same thing. Whoops, why did they flip? Because I hit the wrong button. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 gets them there. All right. Let's see, and who's part of their stuff? Well, that guy's out of command, so he couldn't do anything. Okay. I think that takes care of those guys. And then the second Grenadiers. Mecklenburg. All right. We'll just kind of leave them there. They can be our little buffer, I guess. Okay, cool. That's it for that exciting command. I think everybody's still in command except for that one guy. Well, and the guys that moved out further. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, no, we're okay. Okay, that's it. We can head back and see what's going on with the other gentleman.
Okie doke.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Because now you can get clear.
Okay. So we take an increment loss and we move. That's what, 9, 10?
That is 10, 11, 12 movement points.
12. And then up the brown hex side is +2.
+2, so that would be
14 to up the hill.
14, 15.
But you got to move away from this guy.
Oh,
That's true. You actually have to go here. Yeah.
okay. So I could go. So that was 12, 13, 14, 15.
You have to move away from all
Oh.
of these guys. So you're basically going to be heading south, probably through your own units.
Oh, great. Okay. So that's 12, 13.
Up the hill for Cav is 1 for the slope and 1 for the clear. It's 2 to go up the hill.
3.
15 to here.
Be 15, 16,
15.
17. Cavalry there, cavalry there, cavalry everywhere. 15. I couldn't. What is the brushes? Oh, 5.
Yeah, why don't you?
4.
Yeah, why don't you just go back
So that would be
this way?
15, 16. You could go here for 20 and then you'd stop. Well, you'd have to go. Yeah, you go here.
And
for
these
20.
guys would have to make a morale check.
Just just
These
this
guys
one,
make
but they
them
got
officer.
they do have an officer with them, so that
That's a better deal. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, what's the worst that happened? They just disorder, right?
So these guys are routed. Routed. And exhausted, right?
Tired.
Oh, you're only tired.
Only tired? Oh, okay.
Your opportunity charge doesn't tire you out, but only a full charge gets the tired step, but the melee does cause a tired step.
Okay, and then these guys would make a morale check. What are the minuses involved in that
Minus
one?
12 for routed unit going through, and then +2 for your leader, so it's -10.
-10. Okay. -10? Oh, yeah, they're
So they disorder. Not too bad. I mean, that was a really good result for that melee for you. Okay, let me see about the next concept. Which the heck commander is that? That's 5th Brigade. So the 5th Brigade leader, he's over here. I'll come over here. You're right. And that leaves just the 1st Brigade of Cossacks over there, and they are going to figure out what they want to do.
So what did he do? Did he opportunity charge you?
Yeah. He routed himself and then took off scrambled down the slope and took off, which was a good thing.
Yeah, because I was getting surrounded.
He had banditos coming up behind him otherwise. And I guess I get to regroup, which I will do, by the way. So for regroup, these guys are going to go here. See, 1, 2, 3, 5, to here. Although it took them 1 extra to go into columns, so they actually go here.
So why aren't they disordered?
They didn't advance after the melee.
Oh, okay.
They won it, but they weren't the attacker. They were the
Oh,
defender.
okay, okay. So the attacker, if they are successful and they advance, then they are disordered.
That's what happened
Yep.
with this other cavalry.
Right.
unit.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Over here, that's now stuck. This one.
And what I'm trying to do basically is get a picket line out so that if your cav that's still active decides to come across the river and fight me, then I've got some pickets, because some of my guys are not in good shape, but some are in okay shape. And this one, right, is going to tire himself out, but he'll get to regroup, so he'll end up like in between. So let me see what that's going to look like. He's going to go here.
So does he have to, or I guess, are you still moving cavalry?
Yeah, the Cossacks are still moving. Sorry it's taking
okay.
so long. And we were playing around.
Of course. That's what makes it fun.
Yep. It is. It's really, cav is really fun. Yeah, more or less. Okay. All right. Cavalry is always really fun. So he's gonna go there. That covers that. Let's go. Go there. Okay. They're in command range. We'll bring them closer. Now I have the 1st Brigade of Cossacks. There's 3 units in it, 4 units. One's probably not going anywhere. Let me see what they want. something. Let me think about that. Hang on. They're still in okay state. Thinking here real quick. Which
Yeah.
unit is that? That's the one. I have one really good Cossack unit, the Ottomans, and then everybody else is pretty ho hum. Let's see if he wants to try anything fancy. About that. That's infantry, that's cavalry. The Ottoman Cossacks, they're pretty far. Okay, let's see if he went. Yeah. The Ottoman Cossacks, these guys here, are going to do some monkey business going south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. This unit can now see them. Does it want to form square?
So where are you at, Brennan? Are you on this hex or that hex?
Yeah, on the hex of the disordered unit.
Oh, okay.
It's a one. It's fully here.
Okay.
What I was looking for was staying out of the opportunity range of the chasseurs while shortening the visibility range to the square to the battalion as much as
Right.
possible to make it more against square. Now it's at a range of 2 against lancers, so that's a little tricky on square.
So the lancers add 6 to the roll. So at a range of 2, you'd have to roll a 41 or less to form square. So you basically have a 2/3 chance of forming square.
Okay. I think I'll. And the disordered unit can't form any formation, so he's stuck. So yeah, we'll try. So it's 41 or less, you said, Eric?
Yeah, 41 or less, he forms square. Anything above that, then you're going to have potentially less favorable results. 32, so they form square.
All right. So that was really mostly a feint because that's like a lot of.
Well, you would have had to declare your.
He's still moving.
If he was the target.
He hasn't declared a charge yet. He's still in the movement phase. He has to roll to see if he can even charge. But you have to tell the other guy when you get within 4 if he's got a line of sight so that they can form square or not.
Right. Now this unit here has a range of 3. Does it want to form square?
It can't see your unit though, can it?
You can see through a square for purposes of forming square. And I'm up on the hill, so yes, you can.
All right. So that one Cossack unit, he's like the only one that can be he's a lancer, right?
I have 2 lancer units and most of the rest are just
2 of them.
sabers.
Yeah. Okay, I was wondering why he had a lancer bonus. I see that he is.
That particular regiment is the Ataman's personal bodyguard, so he's like the best there is. He's just really good cavalry.
Now, also, since he formed square, this one has line of sight now.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Brennan was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So at
Oh.
a range of 3,
So at a
with
range of
+6,
3, you basically you'd have to roll a 52 or higher to fail. So basically a 51 or less, and they're going to form square.
okay. We'll try that then. Okay.
Oh, they very much form square.
Okay. So the Cossack thinks that discretion is the better part of valor, and he's going to peel off and clear out. So he tried. He was looking for what trouble he could stir up. Turns out, not very much. Let's
Now,
see.
does he have to take a check because he's on a disordered square? I know disorder
No,
on disorder doesn't, and a good order and on good order doesn't, but I thought good on disorder does.
That's a very good question.
No,
I
I
think you
think
can
we
move
talked
for
about
disorder.
this.
Let's look at it.
I think we talked about
That's
this
worth
last
remembering.
week.
Yep.
Good order and disorder is a, so that's a stacking violation.
Oh, that's interesting. Which means he can't go there voluntarily.
Right.
That's good to know. All right, let me just look at a different movement. So instead of going there, he went past the squares, and you get to shoot at him. Because he can't voluntarily. The disorder guy can go through him, but you can't move through it. Okay, good. So you're going to get a shot from moving from there to there, and another one from. That sounded like a TARDIS.
It's the TARDIS is landing, guys.
Yep. So you're going to get a shot at 5 versus 8, which is 1 to 2 here. Both squares.
That should
Which
be
is
1 to
gonna be-
1.
So that'd be a 1-to-1.
It's actually 1.5 to 1 because you have a flank shot now.
Okay.
So you tag them, and they pass their morale check here. So you tag them for a hit. And then he's going to move out of that hex back through his own dragoons. And you get another shot at the 1 to 2. That's this square front.
Wow, what's their morale?
16.
Wow, that's a good Cossack.
Yeah, that's the Praetorian Guard of the Cossack.
Just a few less there. Ataman, yeah.
And then he'll end up 10. If you get one more hex, if you want to move it, I'll go. Here.
Just for everyone's information, the regroup chit is the next chit.
That's helpful. Okay. he'll go down there. His commander is this guy. That means that these other hexes go roughly like this. I'm basically trying to pick it off your cavalry so I don't have to deal with it coming into the rear. It's kind of what I'm doing. Okay. And this guy could be positioned for a reactive charge. Here. How does that help our checkerboard? And I'm also like always looking to how do we maintain a checkerboard rather than a solid wall? Because the checkerboards are way better. That'll do. Okay, now I'll find command and then we're done. And then there's a charge, but it's not going to hit anything. So this guy has to be in range. Woo. Come back. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. They're all in range. So that's that. And this unit over here doesn't have a target anymore in his charge, so he'll just go here like this and be tired.
Do you have to make a morale check?
Why is that?
Oh, I thought if you charged and you didn't hit a target, you had to make a morale check, but maybe that was something else.
In the older editions, you would route if you charged it. He would have to make a recall or something, but here he just doesn't have a target, so he becomes tired.
Okay.
So the Cossacks are done. Now we're all regrouping.
Yep.
So when you regroup, can you change formation?
You can change from road column, out of road column, into road column. What else it say?
So what that means is you can go into road column and come back into any formation you want.
But that's it.
But you got to go to, yeah.
Nothing else you can't like unlimber.
You can't unlimber artillery. To unlimber artillery, you have to get, if you're in command range of your leader and your artillery, you can limber or unlimber. Anybody within command range of their leader they can't move because they're at the command range, but they can change formation.
Right, so it says,
Very-
in command units during the regroup chit, units that are not part of a MOO and are not in an enemy zone of influence, but are in command, may change stacking order, facing, and formation. Units may not extend into more hexes than they currently occupy. They may consolidate into fewer hexes for example, to form square.
Okay.
Right.
Basically, what it means is if you want to reach a combat position, you head your way there, catch up your commander, and then enter your battle formation. It takes a fair amount of time, but it is doable.
Okay. We'd have to move those guys there.
Yeah. So these two are going here and here.
Yeah, but they have to.
They
have
can't
to move.
unlimber, but they can.
Yeah, but they have to. Don't they have to move their as much of their full range as possible to get to their leader?
No, you don't have to use your full movement allowance. You don't have to do that.
Well, could I? Okay, but then
He has to stop. The first one has to stop here because he's within range of his commander.
he's a brigade leader, right? So it'd be 2, right?
No, he's 3 for command purposes. It's not like he's not like cavalry commander. It's not his and he's not under independent orders.
Oh, I was
normally a
looking at the
3.
command span chart, and it says brigade leader to units 2.
He's the
And so-
division leader.
Oh, he's a division. Oh, okay. 3rd Corps. Okay, so 3rd Corps, 6th Division. All right.
Yeah, he's the 6th Heavy Division leader.
Okay. Okay. I misunderstood. I thought they were. Oh yeah, there are 4 units there. Okay.
Who's he advancing towards?
This guy right here.
How did he go up this slope?
He didn't. He went around it.
So you can move further away? Okay.
You can avoid obstacles.
Okay.
Yeah, and they can't go up those slopes. Artillery, I don't think even can go up those slopes. Yeah, it's not permitted for artillery. Okay, so those are moved. I don't think I have anything else.
Hey, Rick, join me down in game room 1. I was going to do some regrouping on my side. If you're there.
Sure.
Cool. I see it looks like you did your regrouping for Davu's
all of
other
them.
divisions, and
Yeah.
then did you do the guns as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I regrouped the Cossacks that were over on the far eastern side of the universe.
Yep.
What I was going to do is attempt to limber up some of these guns over here. And see if I can do that here during the regroup. They're in command.
Oh, what? You don't need me for that, dude. I trust you. Just make your rolls and go.
Yeah, well, it's always nice to have somebody there. Plus, I haven't had a chance to talk to you. So
True.
Yeah. All right. So for the horse guns, they're easy. They are going to be on looks like a 1 through 4. So we'll just go from left to right. So first one, yep. And he's going to limber up, so that's easy. Second one, nope, he's not going to. Third one, nope, he's not going to either. Okay, and then we've got these guys here. So this is a position gun, and they are a 1 through 3. And so they're going to limber up. That's handy. Then the next chap is, I think, just a light gun. Yeah. So that's a 1 through 4, and they've got a leader stacked with them. So a 1 through 5 will do it. And so they're going to limber up. If I can get to the unit in question. Good. And then last but not least, the last chap over here, same thing. Yep. Okay. So they've limbered up for what excitement that will be. Okay, cool. That was all I had for that little bit of business on that side of the map.
You are keeping your current guys in the woods?
The
right?
ones that are all over here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're there just to slow you down.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah. No, and I think
Sounds good.
next turn when you move forward, I'll have to read up on it, but I think I can move back or something like that. So
Yeah, the only odd thing will be the woods, but yeah,
what would be odd about the woods? Just
I
because
mean it's going to cost a lot,
they
and I
cost
think
a
if you
lot.
move back and if you move
'Cause
more
it
than
costs
half, you
7,
become tired.
right? So I would move back. Yeah, moving back 1 hex is 7 movement points, and I've got 16.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. I mean, it's going to cost you what, 5 to move into that hex? So if I move back here, you're not going to have enough movement points. Well, at least whoever moves in first isn't, right? I
Yeah.
presume.
Yeah.
So, but that's whether I react to the first guy that moves in. Although,
Right.
if I wait until later, then you'd get an opportunity shot at me, right?
You wait till later. You get okay. What does that mean?
Well, so say, for example, this guy moved here, right?
Yeah.
And I decided not to move back.
Yeah, we both shoot at each other in the fire phase.
No. But then
Okay.
but then say this guy moves forward and I decide to move
Mhm.
back then.
Oh, he would probably get an opportunity shot.
Yeah,
at
then you get an opportunity shot at me. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That's what I thought. I seem to recall that.
Well,
So
the question would be like, if one guy moves in and you move out, the guy that's stacked under the guy that moves in, will he have enough to get one more?
no, I mean, because you are, well, so say, for example, I do move back here into these 2
Or
hexes. It's going to cost you 4 to go there,
yeah, no,
and it
it's
would
9.
cost you too much to go there. Yeah. So I could still basically pulling back here get away from you, and then it's
Mhm.
going to continue to be soggy for a while. So yeah, going through these woods and whatnot, it's going to take this division a long time. These guys over
Ooh.
here, Morand is going to be getting through sooner by kind
Yeah.
of going around the long way from the looks of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, I think the other thing we'll have to look up, do you still have your opportunity, your zone of whatever you call it, um, when you're in the woods? I know you do with brush, but I'm not sure about woods.
Oh, is
So that
that
might be
like
something to look
a
up too.
game specific?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They were specific about the brush, and I don't know. Do the woods force you A into general order? B, if you're not forced into general order, do you still have your
Well, you can be in skirmish order in,
woods
so yeah,
with
forests
cavalry?
require formed units, those not in skirmish order, disorder, or route, to enter general order. So if I'm in skirmish order, I can be in the woods.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the only thing they talk about it, and they don't. There's not anything other than that listed here
Oh, then you're good.
with the stuff for woods. So yeah, I would think I would still project my little skirmishy force field.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't say you don't, good.
Yeah. So I mean, unless
Oh,
there's
cool.
something in Regs 30, which could be because I'm not an expert on it by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh,
But
in
I don't.
Regs 30?
Yeah, that's what we're playing.
Well, I thought you were talking about the special rules.
Yeah, no, there's nothing in the special rules that does it. So then it would only be something if in Regs 30
Got it.
they have something where the skirmish zone doesn't work in a particular place or something like that. But I'd have to take a look at that and read that. I don't know that I
Yeah,
want
no
to do
worries.
that right now.
Nah, there's no point.
We'll look it up.
Not like
later.
I'm getting there anytime soon.
No, it's going to take you a little while, but that's the whole point of those Cossacks is just to slow you down. They're just
Yeah,
speed bumpy stuff.
for sure.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Good.
We'll
Well,
head
thank
back
you
up.
for that. Yeah. Cool.
Sure.
Yeah, why don't you regroup it one forward as well? It'll be there. It'll also be in command.
Okay.
There you go. Like
Well,
there's
okay, so
that's
here's my
the-
thinking though, all right, just so we'll talk about this. If I move that there, how am I gonna move these guys? Can I move over skirmishers or can I not?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so if I can move over skirmishers, that makes sense, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave myself a little space.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing I just realized is this guy's a light cav leader, so you can get 50% chance of his own Dorothorpe independent MU, which is cool. And that will give your dragoons and like not good for fighting, but for occasional repositioning, very useful.
Okay, makes sense to me.
Yep.
We still have regrouping fun happening. David, did
Yeah,
you
a little
have
bit.
regrouping going on in your part of the universe, or is everybody pretty much in command?
I think I've done. There were just a couple things.
Yeah, it looked like there was just a couple of artillery pieces of Nay's
Yep.
corps, right? Yeah.
I moved them a little closer to where I want them, and got them out of the way of some other things.
Yes, it gets awfully congested. Well, I'm getting stuff set up to start playtesting the Ed's
done,
new edition of ALAO.
Still regrouping?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, so we'll see how
Oh,
that
it's
goes.
got a new edition.
He
Oh, that's
is,
cool.
yeah. So I got the maps.
What's our next shit, folks?
Oh yeah. Next chit after regroup is the 14th, Russian 14. I don't know who Russian 14 is.
It's probably your Cossacks, Eric.
No, because my guy. Well, did you roll for him? He didn't have any. He didn't have any troops near him.
Yeah,
so.
he's okay. Then if there was nobody in range, then he doesn't do anything. But that was Karpov.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So there was nobody there. The lights are
Hey,
on and
Rick.
nobody
Nice.
was home. That's
Rick,
an easy one
don't you have to move this
execute.
artillery right off the old Smolensk road?
What's the question?
I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I could move it up there, but I'm trying to stay off the road so that guys coming on don't get interdicted.
Ah, okay. Very kind of you. Then I should probably finish moving those supports then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, they should have moved a little further. So
You
they
need
were
to get
there.
those. You need to
One,
get those little
two,
stickers that you put on the
four.
artillery so you can use the carpooling.
5, 6, 7. Whoops. Screen moved. 8.
There we go.
All right, sorry about that.
All right. More excitement.
All right, well, it's 14.
So
What's
yeah,
next?
so Russian 14 was a leader who had nobody nearby to give any commands to. So all right,
he
we're
could
on
move.
to Russian 2, move number 2.
That's
Oh,
Mitch's.
All right. 6th Corps. Okay.
Oh, that's Doktorov.
Mhm. Should I take these two guys out of square and put them in a fight?
Let's not rush with those guys. Why don't you start with the heavy artillery?
Which is which guy? Oh, that's these three.
Yeah, they can prolong southwest.
There, that's done.
Yep. So here's a fun move. You actually have a single square who is underneath my 17th Division commander.
Yes.
And if he wants, he can flip into a column and go run up and assault that battalion of the 14th south of the village from the flank by going here.
Oh, I love it. So I have to rank my roll right now because I'm going to do an assault.
Well, that comes later, but you're going to mark him with a 4 range because it's
Okay.
close with people. Sure.
Okay.
And then you mark the assault target.
Which one's doing that?
Like that.
Yep.
Where'd he come from?
There, yeah.
He can move through the single battery and across the stream and then. Yep. And then you want to grab those guys. Let's see if those guys who are up in square there could help out as well or something. You're going to want to take the 40th.
I don't think he has
Jaegers.
movement points for that.
1, 2.
Maybe not.
Because it's 1, 2, it's 2 plus 2 across the Voina, so it's 3, 4, 5. Maybe wait. So,
That's the
all right.
Kolcha.
1, 2, yeah, the cold shot. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, he just has enough.
Yeah.
All right.
So Mitch, now if you want, you could take there's a Jaeger unit that's in line. 40th Jaegers. They could move up to the right of their disordered guy and line up on the.
Like here.
Yeah.
Okay. No assault, just a regular fight.
Yeah. We're just looking for possibilities here.
Because he could assault the square, right? That's a little bit.
Yeah, we have artillery coming in on the square, so you don't need to.
Okay.
So before you get too carried away with this unit that's doing the assault, you guys should put a marker on it indicating how far away the
I labeled it.
closest unit was.
I labeled it on the top.
Oh, 4 hex. Okay, I see it now. All right. Oh, that's kind of cool. That certainly is tidy.
And then your skirmisher, if you want, could either he could probably fold up into line, right?
Yeah.
Or fold up in the column on his left. Yep. You could try the disordered unit to pull out from the church.
Yeah, but
if he dies, he dies, but you're going to free up the hex for a bigger battalion to come in.
Okay, then we'll try it. Well, I have to make a morale check, right?
Yeah, and if you fail, you die, but that's okay.
Oh, you get a shot though.
Okay. So
it's going to be whatever it is halved. So it's going to be 6. It's going to be 3 to.
Well, he gets it from here too. So both.
Okay, so 3 plus whatever the other guy's got.
So he's 2.5 times 3.
This is a third.
Half. Well,
Yeah.
it's 3. It's
So
third.
you've
It's a
got
third of 3
6
times.
plus 7, right? So that's going to be 13 halved is going to be 6. So you've got a 6 to whatever the fire defense is of a disordered unit, which I think is 8. Fire defense 8.
6.
Yep. Oh, actually, in the village it's 10. So it's 1 to 2.
No, I think he's wait a second. All right, so he's got 6 in the thing, so it's that'll be that, and the others
And
two
the
and a
other is
half
2.5
times
times 3, so
3,
that's going to be 7.
7.5. Yeah, 7.
Right. So that's
13 and
13
halved.
halved is 6. So 6 to 10.
6.5.
It's 1 to 2.
Okay. I'm just
No.
There we go.
All right.
So if he failed, Brandon, you're saying that he wouldn't move, or he would route?
He would have routed and he would have lost an increment because he left the zone of control.
Ah, okay. Well, that's one way to get him out of there.
And the movement cost to move into the village is
1.
1. Okay. So 1, 2.
You probably just like either stop there or you got to stay off the road because you're clearing it for my artillery running on the road. So you
What about like
could
here?
hop across.
That
You can only
way?
go 4. Movements have. Then I got artillery coming in across those bridges.
Oh, okay.
Just you could either
So,
stick in the village or you could go down here, but you might be getting in the way of artillery, so you might be.
All right, so we'll stop right here. That works for me.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah, that's better there because the leaders are on the road, and I want to use that if I can. Yep.
Okay.
Now you could throw a battalion or you could throw this guy to double up the line, or you could move him up to double on the church, or you could maybe you should move this disorder guy in front of the guns after all, because it'll clear the path through the village, and then you can do some other stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Then
he doesn't really have much of a target anyway.
That's right. If you want, you probably could throw an assault on the skirmisher or bring up a line battalion to
I want to
fire.
do the assault. Yeah, let's do the assault on the skirmisher.
You could use one or both battalions. If you're using both, you're increasing your odds. There's not going to be melee there, so you might want to just use a single battalion.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's column pointing left.
Yeah, let me move him.
Yep. Now you've got some other guys who could start.
That was 3. Yeah, it was a 3 hex, right?
So he's 4. I mean, he's 4 away from the nearest enemy, right?
4. He's 4.
Yeah.
4.
Oh, okay.
This battalion here could form column. Although there's a skirmisher there, so he may, yeah, it's probably worth it though. Yeah, it's worth more. Oh well, that's yeah. He's in line. He's got a good line fire on the skirmisher. Like,
yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, but does he?
And then
because the guy who was
he's not a support. Well, he's in a village, and yes.
Oh yeah, because he's in a village. Okay, but if he weren't, if that were clear, he would have his flank hanging out in space.
Yep.
Although he would be refused over here, right?
Nope.
No.
Nope. You have to. The other unit's got to be in line for it to be refused.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Mitch, no, we've been talking about maybe that division beginning to fade back. So some of these battalions could fade back, like this guy could fade up that way. Or the question is how far
should I pull some of these guys back on the regroup?
No, because artillery shot passed through there.
Okay.
Don't pull.
Okay. So should I move this guy down this way?
Yeah, any place in here is good for him.
Should I leave them in square or should I?
Column maybe better. If they're going to throw cavalry, you'll have time to
Okay. What about this cat?
probably he fades back also. You could stack him with the battery, or if he can get there, that's good. Maybe column or square out there. It doesn't.
Okay.
Well, what formation was he in?
He was in square, so he spends 1 to get out of square. And then he moves in column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then
No, it's
back to
plus
square.
2 across the Kalacha.
Okay, I'm sorry. So 6.
And then you've got that other battalion of the Shirvan regiment. It's in a line. It could possibly form a column or a square. It could be in reserve here, or you could start to fade it back. Also, you could fade it back wherever it can reach.
What about putting it here and joining up on the fight against this guy?
He probably can. You get through here? You can't get through here. You can't get through here. So I don't think you can get there. I think you're better off.
Oh, because
of the zone of control.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
So I think you're better. Maybe the battery or something. Like stack him with the battery.
This is 1, 3.
You can't go through your disorder guy.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't
Maybe stack him
battery?
under the battery. Yeah, under the battery, maybe. And maybe the division commander goes on top of the battery.
Oh, don't take Furtenberg. You picked.
No,
up
I know.
a
I didn't
mistake,
mean to do that. Okay.
Yeah. So what you're doing there is you're starting to fade that division, fade it backwards. And then you have your other division, 7th Division. And remember, we had a march target for them.
Down here? I can't remember.
Sorry, whereabouts?
Like
It's
like,
way far in the rear. It's way rear.
okay.
It's actually back here.
All the way back there with him? Okay.
Mark target, yep.
And the guns as well?
The light guns, yeah.
But he can't move very far with the guns.
The guns can come back this way up this riverbed, and then
Okay.
they don't have to rush to get there, yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here.
Yeah, that's fine. Like they can take 3, 4 turns to get over. It's all right.
Okay. You want to leave a space like that, or you want me to leave a space like this?
It's all your call. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then their infantry battalions, one's worth of infantry battalion work their way over there, and you can hustle the leader as far as you can get over in that direction. You can get him later, probably.
All right. Do we want to see if there's another chit, or are we going to end with this movement?
I'm good with
Do you want
finishing.
more?
What's
But it's
that,
up to you
Robert?
guys. I'm good with finishing. I got work in the morning, so I gotta get up at 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a 7:30 lab I have to teach. So yeah.
Okay, then this will be our last chit.
Do you see anybody else, Brennan?
The 2 skirmish units that belong to that division.
Ah, thank you. So it's the down slope is how much?
A severe slope?
5. 4 down plus the clear terrain.
5, 6.
No, no.
7.
Yeah, 4.
And then, yeah, you could probably put this, let's just check command, right? 2, 4. You probably could put the division commander here, which is going to put him in command of all his guys.
That sounds like a winner to me.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Dr. himself, you could try to limber this battery.
Okay.
Actually, you could, yeah, you can, or you can, yeah, but maybe it's time to start getting it underway. Got a long way to go.
I think does not work, right?
Then just leave it there.
Yep. And where is Dr. Turov himself? I'm trying to find him.
He's under the big red 2.
Thank you. Maybe there.
Mitch, there's one more thing you could try if you really wanted to. No, it's not worth it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I think that puts everybody in command. That'll work.
Yep.
All right. What about this cat here?
That's my wing commander. He's just helping people road march down through there.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Did you guys do all your regrouping?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that came right on the heels of the cavalry business. So, all right. Well, cool. Well, we still have stuff left to move for the next time. I thought I would mention while we are all here together briefly, I had taken a look at the ricochet rules. And so if we look down here towards where David and I've got some skirmishers out here in front of Semenoyov, and David's got some artillery down here by the Kamenska woods. So he'd fired on the skirmishers, and then we did ricochet back here this way. The rules say that the ricochet goes down a normal slope, and it's stopped by a normal slope. So
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, so it would be a case where he'd shoot the skirmishers, the ricochet would go into that hex and no further. However, if, say, the French had skirmishers here, these guys are in the shadow of a severe slope, so they wouldn't get hit. But then, and I think then the ricochet would stop. So there's a difference between there's a shadow created by the severe slopes, but it's not the same for the normal slopes. So just thought I'd
Eric, we read the scenario special rules, unlike the main rules, do create shadows on the regular slopes here at Moscow.
Oh, really?
And then we decided that shadowed the back slope as well, so just keep going over.
So is this when you're looking at the terrain thing? It says something specifically about that?
It's specific to the scenario.
Oh, for this scenario or for this battle?
Oh, there are 2 types of hex that has
Moscow in general.
The other type of the class down has severe slopes, cover insults, normal slopes.
All right.
I don't see anything under the slopes for this one that say
Yeah, I don't see anything there either. I'm on. It's 4.9.
All right. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
So I that's why I thought I'd bring it to everyone's attention, because we'd thought that the stuff, skipped on past it, but it, when I read, and I think it's section 18 point something or other about
Yeah.
ricochet,
Yeah,
it's
it's pretty clear there.
it's very clear that it will go down. Yeah, so it was 18.9.2 and 18.9.3. So severe slopes, an uphill slope will terminate a shot path. A downhill severe slope will create a 1 hex shadow over which the shot will pass with no effect before continuing along the shot path, beginning again with the 2nd hex beyond the down slope. And then it says normal slopes. Uphill slopes terminate the shot path of ricochet fire. A downhill normal slope does not block ricochet fire, nor does it create a 1 hex shadow behind the slope. So that's what it has in the regs.
So the special rules actually do have terrain and artillery ricochet. It's past the last one. It's on page 6, 4.18. Terrain and artillery ricochet. It's a little grade box there.
Oh, okay. Artillery fire which fires the following hexes terminates in them. Ricochet fire may bounce into but not through the following hexes: the Great Redoubt, Forest, Marsh, Special Structures, Upslope Hexsides, Reservoir Hexes. Okay,
Oh,
slopes.
that 4.18.1 does say that
Artillery
both.
ricochet terminates where it meets an upslope hexside. Where the artillery ricochet meets a downslope hexside, both severe and regular slopes, creates a 1 hex shadow over which the shot will pass with no effect before continuing along the shot path. Okay, yeah, so there it must have that exception. So that is an exception to the normal rules. Okay, cool. I didn't even look at that. Thanks for pointing that out, guys.
All right, and actually that would, we did it right then. It would have passed over because it doesn't. It passed over that whole hex.
Including the back slope. It goes
Right.
over and keep going.
Well, and so that's the question, right? Where it meets a down slope hex side, both severe and regulars create a 1 hex shadow over which the shot will pass with no effect. Okay, yeah, I guess you are correct, Brennan. I had thought that. Well,
Perfect.
that's what the series rules say. So,
Just like in real life at the Borodino battlefield, those ravines are very deep. Even the simple Simeonovskaya ravine, it's actually pretty deep, and it's quite a plateau. Like on the other side of the ravine, it's very much on the same level, so it's quite realistic to have the ricochet continue.
okay, cool, good to know. All right, very nice. Well, then I guess we
Save the game.
Yeah, definitely save the game.
Okay.
And so this was still the 820 turn. And this was part 2. Okay.
It's our 13th session.
There you go. Lucky 13. Cool. All right. And now next week is Labor Day. So is everybody still on board for getting together, or we have people that are doing fun and interesting things?
I'd love to get on, but if other people have stuff, that's fine.
Yeah, I have nothing planned.
Okay.
I
I
don't have
currently have
anything
nothing
planned
planned
either.
either. So
It'll be a nice capper for a day off of school.
there we go.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to drink a beer.
Then the question is do we want to get an earlier start for our East Coast friends?
Oh, no,
Yes.
that's an idea.
Yeah, that is an idea.
We could do that because I don't have to go to work.
I could either start an hour or even 2 hours earlier.
Okay. Well, let's send out an email to everybody. Michael, we need to get your email. So if you can leave that in the Discord chat, because I don't know that we've got you on the email list that when we send stuff out. But But then, yeah, then we can get it finalized and then move it up an hour or two, whatever people want to do.
I direct message Eric your email instead of just putting it in the chat for anybody to see.
Oh, cool. Yeah, just
I'm
Michael, just
paranoid
go
like
ahead and
that.
send me. Just go ahead and send me an email, I guess.
Well, just a direct. He can just DM you directly in Discord.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. That's a good idea. I don't know how these things work.
It's all good.
Cool.
I'll see everybody next Monday.
All right.
See you guys.
All
Be
right.
well,
See you
guys.
guys later.
All right.